Nintendo
And Alec here.
with another N&A Podcast. It's been, I think, we missed 2 months.
I think around that time, yeah.
Reasons for that are nothing really happened. Life's been kind of
Yeah, because of the pandemic, things have been pretty odd.
Yeah, but a lot kind of happened this month, so we figured we'd bring back the podcast.
Yeah.
So yeah, how have you been?
I've been well. For starters, I don't want to talk like that.
You're from New Jersey now.
I'm from New Jersey. Get out of here.
I don't want to.
Oh. So, to start off, me and Cam and I are in a relationship, not with each other. Because I know someone's gonna think that. No, I don't want to be with his ass.
Hey!
No, we have our own relationships. I have a boyfriend. He has a girlfriend, or whatever.
Or whatever.
So that's been basically what's happened this month.
Yeah.
For me, nothing really happened. Everything's just been the same.
Yeah, life's been interesting. I could say that for the past couple of weeks. This month has certainly been it's been a roller coaster. I'll tell you that. That's one way I can use to describe it. Start of this month was not ideal, but I'd say around the 10th it got pretty good for me. Yeah, things have just been slowly getting better. Although, you never know, December is just around the corner. It could get better or worse. I'm hoping for the first one.
I think it'll be better.
I mean, December it's the most wonderful time of the year.
That's up to debate.
It is, but I mean, either way, I doubt it's gonna be the worst. Or maybe it is gonna be
everything
the worst.
bad happens.
Yeah.
The zombie outbreak comes out.
Godzilla spawns in. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised.
No, me either.
So, anyways, a few little interesting things have happened this month, such as the launch of the brand new generation of gaming.
Yeah, the PS5, huh?
Yeah, Series X also launched, but we don't talk about that because no one's talking about that.
I forgot about that, to be honest.
Because no one's talking about it. Everyone was like...
Literally no one's talking about it.
Everyone was like, I think Xbox is going to win this generation. No, it's not going to happen.
Call of Duty is on there! Okay, no one cares.
Alright, Connor.
Connor.
But like...
Fortnite's on there too! Okay. Alright, Thomas, I get it.
Yeah, I don't think the Xbox is going to go very far this year, but definitely PlayStation there.
Yeah, for a starter, goddamn Spider-Man. It's already blasting off.
Yeah, I mean, Miles Morales also came out on the PlayStation 4. If you want Miles Morales, don't play the PlayStation 4 version. For the love of all that is holy, please don't play it. Wait for the PlayStation 5. Constant frame drops. The game does not run at 30 FPS. It runs bad. Like, it's not horrendous. It's still playable, but it runs pretty bad. And it crashes. And it glitches out. A lot. It's
like it was made for PS5 or something.
It's not the worst thing ever. It's certainly... You can certainly manage it. I played through the entire story without crashing once. I only crashed afterwards. Since then, I've only crashed twice in the entire experience. But I've never crashed once in the first game, so... But still, if you have the patience, wait. But if you really want to explore the New York in the snow... and you really want to punch bad guys with zappy hands, go ahead. It's a fine version of the game, and you're going to have tons of fun because I had tons of fun and I went 100% of the game in less than 48 hours.
Nerd.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I'm not wrong.
But yeah, the PlayStation 5 is going good. There's not many games out for it right now. There's just mostly PlayStation 4 games being enhanced for PlayStation 5. I know one person, my daughter, has a PlayStation 5. She's been playing Demon Souls on it. But I know the PlayStation 5 is, I heard, not really, nothing technical as bad has happened to PlayStation 5. I mean, the Xbox has, started fuming.
Yeah, it started fires.
So, I mean, sounds pretty lit. I
I
hate myself.
I get that joke. It's like a joke or something.
Yeah, it's maybe.
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 Yeah, I think I have faith for the PlayStation 5, and I'm looking forward to what comes out for it. I myself am not gonna get it until probably around spring of next year, maybe summer. For right now, I just can't be bothered, to be honest with you. I just can't be bothered. I could, but I just can't be bothered. I just got my PlayStation 4 not even 2 years ago. It was like a year and a few months ago. I'm satisfied with what I have right now. Unless something like big comes out, unless Marvel Spider-Man 2 is announced, then I have no reason for a PlayStation 5 right now. So that's kind of where I'm on the stance with that. With Xbox, I'm not this time. Normally I'm always for Xbox, but not going for the Xbox Series X this time. I'm sticking with my Xbox One. I haven't touched my Xbox One, like barely at all this year have I touched it. So I think it's safe to say I'm out of the Xbox gaming landscape. I've officially now Nintendo Sony only boy. It's unfortunate. I mean, Microsoft, they lost their biggest contender. It's
That's
me.
true.
It's
Yeah.
me. I mean, they just lost
It's
me.
you. Yeah, they just lost you.
I was Mr.
It's
Xbox.
You were Mr. Xbox, Mr. Microsoft himself.
I was, and they just lost me. It's
You
unfortunate.
just lost. Yeah, you just lost inspiration and like, nope, we don't need you anymore in the team.
Yeah, unfortunate times. And then they went and made the big fridge. I can't remind myself about the company that showed me wrong.
That showed me the wrongs of my life.
Yeah, I just can't do it. Yeah, next generation of gaming. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
But if you're playing on PC and PC games only, or you're a Nintendo fan, nothing's gonna happen for the next couple of years. It's just gonna be the same. So
Yeah, because PC's
fun.
already enhanced as much as it can. The Nintendo Switch,
it's vibing.
it's something.
If the Switch Pro isn't a rumor and it's actually a thing, yeah, good for people who want a Switch Pro. I'm not getting a Switch Pro because I don't have another $300 to shell out on a Switch Pro.
Yeah,
Because that's a waste of money.
it is a waste of money.
Unless you don't already have a Switch.
Money is a PS5. Even I don't want one.
Yeah, no, neither do I right now. Unless Marvel Spider-Man 2, come on, announce it, please. Yeah, other than that, a few other things. Bits and pieces have happened in November. Thanksgiving just passed. That was a day. Turkey
It was
gobble.
something.
There was food. There was.
The population of turkeys went down.
Yes, it certainly did. I agree. That
By like
happened.
at least 1 million. Yeah.
Well, I'd say a little bit more than that, but it's not like there aren't thousands of billions of turkeys left.
I guess that's true. I mean, people are out there eating duck and moose for Thanksgiving. I don't understand that either.
People eat duck for Christmas as well. I've never seen a Christmas.
I know. I heard it's a delicacy on Christmas. I don't understand that.
Yeah, it's a delicacy in China too. To eat it.
What makes duck like a Christmas thing?
It's some religious thing, I think.
Wouldn't you think like a dove with something like that would do it?
Maybe a dove, but I don't think a dove.
A dove.
Adobe Premiere.
Adobe Premiere. I want to talk about it really quickly. I don't like it, like a Premiere Pro. Adobe's really a shady company.
I don't have any opinions on that because I don't use any editors. So
You use YouTube editor, so
yes, I do.
I use Filmora, Windows. No, what Windows?
Windows Movies.
It was called Wondershare. I always get confused. It's Filmora X, which I'm very excited to have.
Nice. I just used a basic
Yeah.
YouTube editor. It gets what I need. It does what
Yeah.
I need.
Does what you need. Do you want to talk about that Patrick video that you made?
Oh, me when music?
Yeah, you win music.
I don't think that needs to be brought up. No, it's just me when music.
I guess that's true. I thought we were going to talk like a full documentary about it.
Yeah, no. That's gonna be my autobiography when I die.
Yeah, biography.
I'm gonna write it right before I'm on death's door writing it, and the last thing will be me when music, and it will link to that video. I'll just write the link to that video. There you go.
You write a entire documentary, and it's the
The.
The.
That's all it's gonna be. It's gonna bring tears. It's gonna get an Emmy, a Grammy, all
It's
of
gonna
the
get
awards.
Emmy and a Grammy.
It's gonna
And
win the
it's gonna get
Olympics.
Grandma too.
It will win the Olympics. I promise you that.
How's it gonna win the Olympics?
We can't discuss that. Black magic. We can't discuss on YouTube.
I guess. Yeah, I get it. Cut
Unfortunately.
this part out. Hey, future Alec, cut this part out. Thank you.
I can't really remember what happened at the beginning of this month. All I remember is that I didn't like it. And then
For me, it was just a fine.
it got to the 10th of this month. Then I really liked this month. And
Want to explain?
no. Personal reasons, I suppose.
I guess so.
Not really ready to announce anything to the world. Kind of taking it at friends only, kind of thing.
Yeah, he has a pet snail.
Oh yes, good old
You want to keep
Jerry.
it for the secret. Yeah,
He's not as good as Gary or Larry, but he sure is Jerry.
Jerry. Yeah,
Yeah, totally.
he feeds him like sprinkles sometimes just to see what happens.
What does that mean?
What do you mean? You feed him sprinkles to see what happens.
How did? Okay,
What do you mean?
nothing. I just how does one feed sprinkle snail?
Easy. You just.
I don't know what I said.
You said sprinkle snail.
Well, how does one sprinkle on a?
How do you sprinkle snails?
I don't understand. What's the?
Hey, sir, can I have some sprinkled snails on my ice cream?
Actually, escargot is a delicacy in French. That's
In French?
yes, for French people, it's a delicacy. It's called
You just said
escargot.
No.
I meant to say in France, okay?
Yeah, use an autocorrect in real life. You want to talk about our relationships?
I mean, you can go first.
Okay. Well, I've known this person. I won't say specific unless they want me to. I've known them for longer than I've known Cam, which is crazy. It's still crazy to me. We talked for a few years, and then I recently knew that he has Discord, and then we talked, and now I love him. He's something.
He's something else I don't know how to
He's something else. Whoa. I'm sorry, babe, if you hear this. I love you. But yeah, everything's been well. I can't really say much unless it's personal things, but you know, I love him. He loves me. I hope. No homo.
That's not something I was expecting you to say,
No.
because it doesn't make any sense at all. But okay.
It does make sense. You gotta kiss your homies with socks on.
Okay. I don't wear socks, so
Well,
and I don't plan on kissing my homies, so
that's just you don't want to kiss your homies goodnight.
I don't actually.
That's just shame.
Unless
Because we
it's-
already do that to you. We
What?
kiss you on the forehead goodnight.
Huh?
Yeah, we all, me, Connor, and Thomas, we all drive to your house. We all kiss you goodnight, and then we leave.
Right. Okay. So note to self: bear traps, lots of them.
Don't worry, we know how to take care of bear traps. We use Thomas.
He has a meat shield.
Yeah, he is the meat shield.
Awesome. I'll tell him that later. No context. You are a meat shield.
You are a meat shield.
This is not the worst thing I've said to him out of context.
I guess that's true. You did say my little pog champ.
Fine. I guess you are my little pog champ. Come here.
You know, I was just gonna put the audio in the video, but you just did it for me, so thanks.
You're welcome.
So explain you and your relationship with Lita.
I hate you.
What?
Because I know you're intentionally pronouncing her name wrong.
I like saying it better than Lita. Lita.
Well, that's her name, and
I
you're
know.
intentionally saying it wrong, and it bothers me. Anyways, I I wasn't going to say anything, because I don't know if she wants me to say anything.
To say the basis of, like, how you guys met.
Um,
But, like, don't go fully detailed.
Well, yeah,
like,
no.
how you guys first met, stuff like that.
Well, I can say a few things. Number one, she randomly pinged me on Discord a while back. It was October 15th, I believe. And it's really random, asking a question that I was like, okay. I looked at her introduction page in the boys' Discord server that Max and Ross and Krista and Ashley have, and I read it and I was like, what is that? I'm scared of this person. I'm scared yet intrigued. It was a very, kind of moment. I was in a voice call with Bill at the time, and we were both like, why? Who is this person, and why are they messaging me? And then I started talking to them pretty much almost constantly throughout each day, and, you know, it got to the point where I started having a crush on her, and then some things didn't work out at first, and then, you know, the 10th rolled around of this month, and we kind of sort of, you know, got together, and it's been pretty fantastic. I've never been happier, and yeah, we both love each other very much, and things are going fantastic. I'll leave it at that. Christmas is coming up in 24 days.
I was about to say 24 years. Like, what?
Oh, yes. I mean, in 24 years, yeah, Christmas will be coming up.
It's gonna happen in 24 years.
It's gonna happen. I'm so excited. It's gonna be. It's a long time to wait, but I heard it's gonna be cool. I wonder what it will be like. Either way, it would be 50.
I don't like Christmas personally. I don't celebrate holidays. My friend here, he does not shut up about it.
I love Christmas. Christmas is great. Christmas is best holiday. Hands down, no one. I can get my daughter to vouch for me that it's good.
Who's your daughter?
Oh, it's Jovi.
Internet daughter, by the way.
Yes, not actual.
Strangely adopt some.
I do not have child. I do not have real child, but Jovi is my child.
Yeah.
I have taken her in.
Taking her in as your own.
Exactly. So if y'all ever see Jovi randomly appear, that's her. It's my daughter. What if every time somebody woke up, this is like really off topic, but what if like people like every time somebody woke up, it would say they logged on, or and then when they like fall asleep or die, it's like logged off, and it will then it explains how they logged off. Like, oh, John Grakowski logged off on the couch. But, like, it just says that he fell asleep on the couch. Or, like, Shatanya Babuski was shot. Like, it just explains it.
Yeah. Would it be, like, first, middle name, and last name?
Yeah, probably.
That'd be funny.
Yeah, it would help the police, too.
No, what if you change your name to your Minecraft name?
Oh, no.
Like, I'd just be Alec Dingo in real life.
XX Cool Gamer XX69 is joined the game.
Technoblade loves Dream. XX.
Oh no.
So, do you like Lamamberg?
I can see that. I can see that being a real issue.
What do you mean?
I mean,
I love Technoblade and I love Dream and I want them to kiss.
All right. I'm not gonna get in the way of your fantasies.
Awesome. I won't get rid of yours.
I don't have any.
Yes, you do.
Oh, right. Name them.
Depressed lesbians.
No! No, that's not one of them. You're gonna get me in trouble.
I'm gonna get myself in trouble.
Good.
By the way, I don't act like this around others. It's just when I text. I don't normally do some talk.
What?
Just for the safe people at home.
This has to be the weirdest, out-of-context podcast we have ever done. We're not sticking to any points. We are just splurting out absolute nonsense.
I mean, technically we're not podcasting anymore. We're more of a talk show.
That's fair. More of a talk show. Can I just say something about talk shows?
Yeah.
They're all bad. No matter what they are, they're all bad. Every single one of them.
I think internet talk shows are like people that say, "Oh, we're a podcast, but we're also a talk show." It's fine. I listen to a lot of podcasts.
I don't, because I don't know. If I hear people talking, I want to be looking at something while, like, they gotta be talking about something. No, I don't mean like gaming in the background. Like, if I'm like playing a game, I'd much rather put music on than I would, or like talk to a friend than I would listen to a podcast. Because listening to a podcast, to me, it just feels like you're just sitting there while two other people are having a conversation. You're just like, yeah. It's really, like, it's awkward for me. Like, I can watch a podcast if there's, like, background, like, say, Stampy and I Ballistic Squid used to have a podcast, like, a few years back. I could watch that because there would be gameplay in the background that I could, like, focus on and also pay attention to what they were saying. That was fine. But I cannot personally just listen to a podcast while doing my own thing. It has to be music, or else it's just, like, it feels really awkward, so I just don't like doing it.
Right. I mean, personally for me, I prefer to listen to podcasts while I'm doing something rather than listen to music. Like, when I play Minecraft by myself, I usually just listen to podcasts. Like the Rough House or the Super Mega Cast, basically. But when I'm with other people, it's actually the other way around. I actually listen to music while I'm talking to them. Occasionally.
See, I can't listen to music while talking to people because I have a bad habit of humming music whenever I listen to it, and I can't, like, listen to music, listen to somebody talking, and do something all at the same time. My brain gets, like, overcrowded and just wants to die.
I guess you could say I'm a multitask brony.
You're cutting that out, right?
Hell no. Yes, I am, don't worry.
Enjoy your horses.
As people say, I'm a clopper.
I really hope that's not an offensive word.
It's... I don't know how to say that. I'm not going to say it to you in podcast.
Dear Lord. What has happened? We
know.
leave for 2 months and everything goes to complete anarchy.
The thumbnail's gonna be us as My Little Pony characters now.
I swear to God, don't you do that. If
I've
you...
done it before.
What?
No. I did it once as a joke, but I could do it again.
No.
Use them as paint.
I will not let you do that.
Fine, I'll have to press lesbian then.
Oh God.
Oh,
I don't know. Okay, sure. This is.
I apologize. This is just mainly me. This has been chaotic with. I apologize. Me being tired.
So Spider-Verse, you know, Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire have been, you know, in talks for, you know, MCU appearances, as well as Andrew Garfield supposedly being offered a single standalone movie as a Spider-Man, and as well as them appearing in casting lists for Doctor Strange 2. Same with Loki, even though Loki's supposed to be dead, but I guess Loki's not dead?
I guess maybe it's a prequel?
No, Doctor Strange 2 is
Oh wait, maybe they brought him back.
I don't honestly know, because Thanos killed him in Infinity War, very beginning, so what the frick?
I mean, he didn't get napped. He just got,
Yeah, he
like,
did.
Did he get
Well,
snapped?
first he was killed, and then he just he died in space. He did.
I bet Doctor Strange like revived him.
I don't think Doctor Strange has that power.
I think he can.
Either way, Loki's gonna come back, whether it just be like in flashbacks or something to do with that, and it's interesting because it really intrigues me that Sam Raimi happens to be directing Doctor Strange 2, and Tobey Maguire is showing up in the casting list, as well as in Morbius, the Morbius trailer. Sam Raimi's Spider-Man appears on a graffiti wall, and in Venom 2 set photos, again, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man appears on newspaper. So, what's happening here? I'm really beginning to think that they're gonna hype up, like, new Spider-Man movies and then ship them over to Sony. Because this will be the last Spider-Man movie. Spider-Man 3 is the last Tom Holland Spider-Man movie. He only has this movie contract, then he's out. And what are they going to do? They're going to have to find another Spider-Man. But it's not going to be Marvel because Marvel will run out of the movie contract. They only have a contract for one more movie. So he can only show up in one more. So it means Sony will get the rights to use Tom Holland's Spider-Man and just Spider-Man in films in general. Which also in turn means we could get to see things like The Amazing Spider-Man 3, Spider-Man 4, or, any one of the Spider-Men show up in Venom 2 and Morbius. Which, honestly, I do think Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man will show up in Venom 2 in some capacity. It just, something tells me he's going to show up, even though people are like, but he's declining offers. He hasn't publicly said anything. Nor has Andrew Garfield. How do we know if he's declining offers or if he's taking offers if they're not saying anything? We can't just guess on what they're doing, and if they're showing up in casting lists with all the other confirmed people for the casts, then it's just kind of obvious. I could be wrong. I could be very much wrong. But it just kind of feels like it's inevitable.
Yeah. It's so odd to... I'm geeking out about the Doctor Strange 2 thing, how Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield Spider-Man is gonna be in there.
Yeah.
Which is, I bet it's not gonna be fully Spider-Man. They're gonna both be Peter Parker, because I don't think they have the rights to have that kind of suits, because that's owned by Sony.
Now that you make that a point, that could have been a Sony deal. Because remember, Marvel's contract with Spider-Man ran out last year, and we almost wouldn't have gotten Spider-Man 3. Maybe Sony was like, alright, but you have to put our previous 2 Spider-Man in your movies, and give us the money. That could have been the deal. Is to have them be able to use multiple Spider-Man. And Marvel's like, okay, you can put your Spider-Man in our movies, and we'll give you half the profits for them. And any marketing that might go towards them. Like if they show up in posters or something.
Yeah.
That could have been the deal. Which would make a lot more sense. Because I really don't think Sony wanted MCU Spider-Man. It didn't really seem like they did.
They know how much the MCU Spider-Man sucks.
Yeah.
I personally never liked Tom Holland.
I don't think Tom Holland's a bad actor by himself, but
the Marvel Spider-Man. Marvel doesn't know what to do with Spider-Man.
I don't think the MCU writers know what to do with it. Although,
because they're used to big top guys. They used to people who with other people. Spider-Man is the only hero who would be on his own.
Yeah.
And they can't write that down, so these basically made Miles Morales but white.
Yeah. They whitewashed Miles.
Yeah.
Which
I thought would never happen, but apparently it happened.
They did it, and nobody pointed it out because it was done in a way where only comic fans would be like, hey, wait a minute, that's Miles. Where the general public and critics and everything would just be like, hey, look, a new version of Spider-Man. Where the actual fans would be like, you just whitewashed an already clone of Peter Parker.
Yeah.
What was the point? I'm
not a comic guy, but even I knew that. It's wait a minute.
And it's really dumb because in Spider-Man Miles Morales, the new PlayStation game, the Spider-Man's friend, Ned Genki, in the game he's just referred to as Genki because, they don't want to get confused with, the MCU's Ned, even though they're the same character. It's really annoying. It's just MCU Spider-Man just
different. He has a girlfriend.
Yeah, I don't like him. I feel bad for Miles' character. I really do, because he's never been written well in comics, that's for sure. Dan Slott may have created him, and I'm glad that he did, because I think Miles is a perfectly fine character. In some stories and situations, I prefer him over Peter. But I don't think he's ever been written well, except for in Spider-Verse. He was done pretty well in the Insomniac games, yes. Well, the second one. I don't think he was done that well in the first one. It kind of felt like he was shoved in.
Focused with him on the first one.
Yeah, felt like he
Definitely
was kind of
just
just
Peter
there.
Parker.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like the only time he's ever been written well is twice out of his entire, like, I think 10 years of existing? Maybe not even 10. I don't even think he's been around for 10 years. He's still a fairly recent character. And I don't think he's ever been written well. I think Dan Slott never gave him the chance, because in the comics he's always been a lesser Peter Parker, and he's always still been in Peter's shadow, and still whines about it, and still, to this day, is like, I gotta get to the Avengers just so I can prove that I'm good.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding you, because he wants to be able to prove to Peter, even though Peter's dead, that, you know, he can be good. And
Peter's been dead for 10 years. Shut up.
it's like, it just doesn't work out, like, at all. So that's an unfortunate reality of Miles, is I don't think he's a good character anymore. Although I do think he's done well in other forms of media, such as Spider-Verse and, you know, the games.
Yeah. I like him really good in the new Miles Morales game.
I love his more. I love how they're giving him more and more Spanish roots. Because, like, I don't know, that just makes him cooler to me.
Yeah, because his mother is Spanish.
Yeah, and I like how different his backstory is. It's just not the same as Peter's. Where in the original Miles Morales comics, it was kind of just the same, but except for instead of it being Uncle Ben, it was Peter that died, and that was it.
Yeah, but in the Miles Morales game, Peter's like, oh, me and Mary just have to go to vacation. A working vacation, right? Is that what happened?
Yeah, Spider-Man leaves because him and Mary Jane are going to the country I can't even ever remember the name of with Silver Sable. For just vacation reasons. Not Spider-Man reasons. But
yeah, because they need him. I feel like if they didn't need him, I feel like they're going to have to send him off.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like Miles has always been written as a lesser Peter Parker, and in movies like Spider-Verse, where they give him an Uncle Ben moment with his uncle being the Prowler. In the comics, his uncle's the Prowler, and he's an absolute jerk. Can't stand him. He's rude to Miles, gets him in trouble, almost gets him killed numerous times, and just tries to convince him to be evil so many times, and even kills a few people in front of him. And then when he dies, it's supposed to be like a heroic moment, and his last line is, "You're just like me." And that haunts Miles, because he doesn't want to be just like his uncle. But in Spider-Verse, it's treated as an actual sad moment, because, you know, Miles couldn't really relate with his dad, but he could always relate with his uncle, his cool uncle that was always there for him, you know, empowering him, making him feel good, you know?
Yeah.
And so when he died, and it was revealed like he was Prowler at first, and then he died, it was an actual sad, emotional moment that still gets to me.
That is really sad to me, that the same person that you love is also trying to kill you.
Yeah, happens more often than you think.
Yeah.
But I think that a perfect example of giving a character the same, like, emotional beats, but in a different way. Like, it's still an Uncle Ben moment, definitely, but it happens much later. It doesn't happen as soon as he gets his powers. It happens much later into the story, and it happens with a well-established character that we're already very familiar with. We don't really get to know much about Uncle Ben in any, like, Spider-Man movies or games or anything. All we know is, here he is. He got shot. He's dead now. That's pretty much all we know about Uncle Ben. We don't know much backstory about him. But knowing Miles' connection with, you know, Aaron Davis, it really brings the emotional factor up when he eventually dies. And I think, you know, the whole thing with Finn in Miles Morales PlayStation 5, that makes it even more, you know, touching, because it's his childhood friend, almost sister, and she's evil. Straight up evil. But evil for not wrong reasons. Evil because of... I won't, like, spoil why, in case you don't know the story, but... evil for reasons that are completely understandable, but she still shouldn't be evil. So, when she eventually does something that ends in a bad way, and Miles has to say goodbye to her, it's a very emotional moment because it's an Uncle Ben moment at the very end of the story. There's no resolution to it. And it hits you hard because you're like, wow, all this build-up, and it ends that way. It makes you feel like, oh, wow. It's a bittersweet ending. It's a good ending, but it's bittersweet. And I think that bittersweet endings work best for Miles. And pretty much the whole structure of his character. Where Peter's just kind of, you got powers, responsibility, man. Which works fine for Peter. I mean, I still prefer Peter over Miles. I just think giving characters like Peter, like, say, Kane or, Miguel O'Hara, different story beats in the same emotional threads as Peter works better. That's just kind of how I feel about that.
What's sad to think?
What?
Uncle Ben had less story time than, actually no. Tom Holland, Spider-Man's parents had more of a story than Uncle Ben ever had.
Has Uncle Ben been
Andrew Garfield. It was Andrew Garfield.
Oh.
I'm confusing the two.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Peter Parker's parents. Please don't bring up Peter Parker's parents. God,
yeah,
I hate
exactly that. Talking about Peter Parker's parents.
God, I hate that.
I hated that so much.
It's awful. They have no reason to be in those movies whatsoever.
They're only there just to fill in time. I swear, that's the only reason why.
Yeah, the whole Spider-Man, Peter was destined to be Spider-Man. No, he flippin' wasn't.
It was by accident.
Sure, his father created the spiders, but not in the comics. It was Norman Osborn. Because Norman's crazy.
No, it was Uncle Ben.
Uncle Ben made the spiders.
He made the spiders and he gave it to...
It was J. Jonah
Parker.
Jameson.
I want you to become Spider-Man so I can kill you.
You're a menace to the whole society. Even though I created you, you're still a menace.
That's basically what he did in Spider-Man, in the first Spider-Man game. Did he basically released all the bad people?
Yes.
He basically did that just to say, you know what, screw you, Spider-Man.
Pretty much, yeah.
Which I think is really funny.
Yeah, well, Jonah will never change.
No, he will not.
I'm excited to see him in Spider-Man 3, J.K. Simmons. It's gonna be a great time.
Me too. I cannot wait to see him again. Because I only see him in the We Are Farmers commercials.
That's not J.K. Simmons.
We Are Farmers.
Okay.
Bum.
Right. Are you?
What?
Do you farm? You farm, bro? 99 farming level. That's me. I have it.
That's 4.
What?
Farm levels are 4, sorry.
Okay.
Have a new movies. I want to go back to Doctor Strange for a second.
Alright.
Something I'm very excited that we did not talk about is Deadpool's going to be in the goddamn film.
Yes.
Which I'm so excited to see. Because it's going to be a rated R film. It has to be a rated R film. Deadpool's in it.
Not necessarily. Deadpool has appeared in many things that aren't, specifically adult themed, such as Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions. That game, Deadpool makes an appearance. He also makes an appearance in Ultimate Spider-Man, that show, and it's still written. I don't think gore is a staple of his character. As long as he can do a little swearing and can make raunchy jokes, that's all Deadpool really needs.
Yeah, I'm not saying all the gore. I don't really care about gore. I think it's cool, but I don't think it really matters. It's just how his character is. If I want to go all out if they bring him in. Because
I don't think it will ever be
Deadpool 2. He's never watched it because he doesn't like blood or gore.
Child, leave me alone.
You're a child. You're pathetic, you child. But I'm very excited. Deadpool is like Spider-Man for me. Deadpool is the Spider-Man of canon.
I have no opinions on Deadpool either way. I mean, I think he's a cool character, and when written well, he's really funny. But I like his relationship with Spider-Man. That his whole thing is that he's madly in love with Spider-Man, and Peter wants nothing to do with him. That's really funny.
Yeah,
to me.
I think that is really funny. I just like the backstory, and like each time he dies, he gets a little more insane.
Yeah.
And that's how he got his fourth wall breaking, because he's totally insane now.
Yeah.
He's not just some guy that can break the fourth wall, like some weird cartoon character. No, that's a reason why he can.
Okay. This just randomly came to mind. So you know Ant-Man, right?
Yes, I know Ant-Man.
Well, this is like really weird, like, because Deadpool in like the Fox movies, like his own movies, he's quite like faithful to the comic adaptations, and so are most of the MCU characters. And then you got Ant-Man, who is not faithful at all, and that's a good thing, because Paul Rudd in the comics is a psychotic pervert. He uses his powers to watch women shower, and he's done it on multiple different occasions. He is a creep. He sneaks into people's homes and steals their stuff sometimes. He just watches them. Sometimes he just, walks into their house and watches a movie on their couch. He's a creep. So I'm just glad that they changed him.
Yeah.
I actually really like Ant-Man in Endgame. I think he's hilarious.
I like Ant-Man. I think he's a really good guy.
I'm not
in the movie.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of.
I just like the actor too. He's really funny.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Ant-Man movie. I've never seen the Ant-Man and the Wasp. That's a fun fact. I've never seen it.
I never watched Ant-Man or Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Ant-Man's just an okay movie. Ant-Man and the Wasp, I don't know, but I think he's like really really funny in Endgame. I think Endgame's funny in general.
Civil War is actually pretty funny too.
Yeah, he's great in Civil War.
He's one of the favorite reasons why I like Civil War.
I don't like Civil War, but
I don't like it at all. But I like Tom Holland-ish, and then we got Ant-Man.
I think Tom Holland was actually done well as Spider-Man in Civil War. I have no problems with him in that, because when he's fighting Falcon and Bucky, he's bantering, he's quipping, he's talking to, he's like, whoa, is that a metal arm? That's just something Spider-Man would do.
Yeah.
Swinging outside the boundaries, talking about movies while just swinging around Ant-Man. He's just having fun while chaos is ensuing, while everyone else is being super serious. He's just like, yeah, whoa, that's cool.
Yeah, he's just a big nerd.
Yeah. He just doesn't shut up.
Yeah.
That's Spider-Man.
So Spider-Man does.
But
I don't know why they decided to change it.
I don't know. Scared? I don't know.
Because so many people hated Civil War, they think they didn't like how he was wrote in the Civil War.
I really don't. I really couldn't tell you, to be honest.
I know, I'm just saying my theory.
Just hoping
movie theory.
I'm just hoping that for Spider-Man 3 it's well written. Because if it's not, it's just gonna be another bad Spider-Man movie. And
it's gonna be
the last thing
it's gonna be? It's gonna be okay movie again.
I'd rather take an okay movie over a boring one. Far From Home was boring. Until the final fight, it's boring.
It's really boring. Homecoming is boring too.
Homecoming is just okay. It's not great. It's not fantastic. It's not good. It's just okay. Yeah. It's just an okay movie.
Because they can't let go saying, oh, Tony Stark died.
I don't like Homecoming or Far From Home as much as I enjoy the other ones. I even enjoy The Amazing Spider-Man 2 more than I enjoy both of the...
Honestly, that's true. Yeah, I prefer The Amazing Spider-Man 2 than both of those movies combined.
And it's weird because, I saw Homecoming. Spider-Man Homecoming was the first MCU movie I saw in theaters. And I didn't even want to see it. I liked Spider-Man, when Homecoming came out, but I was, not really interested in the MCU whatsoever. At all. I didn't like superheroes at all, besides Spider-Man. And then I watched Homecoming in theaters, and here I am now with, walls filled with Spider-Man stuff, knowing pretty much everything about the MCU and the characters, having a Marvel poster. It's just weird how things work out, I suppose.
It's just one simple thing that could turn you around.
Yeah. Sometimes I take a step back and I realize my interests are really whack. Like, none of them correspond or fit together in any sort of way.
Park, Godzilla, Spider-Man.
Yeah, like exactly. Jurassic Park, okay. Godzilla, okay, kind of, monsters, dinosaurs, okay. Spider-Man, huh?
Gravity Falls? Huh?
Gravity Falls.
Wait a minute.
Pokemon, I'm a massive Mario fan. Wait a minute.
Digimon?
Yeah, Digimon, Sonic the Hedgehog, Minecraft, like
Minecraft? Whoa.
like Kirby,
Mario.
Mario.
Oh.
It's like all my interests. Really, just SpongeBob. I'm flipping love Spider-Man, and, Jurassic Park, and then SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Why? All my interests just explode together in a weird collision of things.
I don't know. It's just a combination of things you find really cool, and then you look into it more.
And yet, for some reason, like for like an aesthetic, like my room is based on, like my whole like setup is based on the things I like. It kind of like meshes very well together. Like Pokemon stuff meshes well with Spider-Man stuff, which meshes well with Minecraft stuff, which meshes well with Jurassic Park. It just all meshes together somehow. I don't know how it manages to do that, but it does. It's kind of
I
weird.
wish I had a room like that. Almost like that. My room is not fit to have stuff like that.
My room is mostly just a hodgepodge of Spider-Man, Minecraft, Pokemon, Jurassic Park. That's pretty much all it is. It's just a hodgepodge of my interests. And clothes.
All I have is desk, bed, clothes.
I got a bed too. I got also a TV and computer.
In a cougar?
I do have a cougar, you're right. Meow.
Meow.
Don't you hate Mondays?
Sometimes.
Garfield, speak to me.
Garfield.
Yes, Bill, I did it! I said it! I said the line! I said it.
You know what, Bill? Just for you, I'm gonna have that's a thumbnail. You're welcome.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
You got anything else to add?
Give me a moment. I want to think about something because I barely spoke in this entire podcast, like I usually do.
All right.
Dun, 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 dun,
I was gonna do the same thing.
I know, that's why I did it.
Oh.
Oh,
Steal my spotlight, I see.
we both have the same spotlight. What are you talking about?
I don't know.
We own N&A Podcast. I don't know what you're talking about. We were thinking about rebranding, but we really don't know.
Yeah.
I wanted to go back talking to that because recently, not really recently, like months ago, we found out that N&A is close to editing like something productions and.
N&A is very close to a YouTube channel that has something to do. He's a bad guy, but he makes some pretty messed up stuff.
Guy that he does stuff only at 3 a.m.
It's a messed up
He
channel.
stays up till 3 a.m. to do all his videos.
He's gotten in trouble multiple times, and he's fairly big. He's not like big enough to cause issues, but I'd rather not have a problem. So
he's one of those guys who would always do a gift card giveaway.
Yes.
Even at 2020.
Yes. He's just a very shady person.
I still remember his stupid video. It's like, I'm gonna put the fidget spinner, and you're gonna, when it stops, you're gonna press that like button.
Yeah,
it's subscribe because that's stupid. Shut up.
It's awful, and we just don't want to be associated with it.
No, we don't. So if you have anything, no one comments on our stuff, but if you have anything, let us know in the comments if you can think of anything.
Yeah.
We're desperate.
Yeah, I have a few ideas. I was talking to it with my daughter last night, actually.
Really?
Talking about it. Yes. Good. I'm glad you brought it up. I do have a few things. I will tell you later about a few brand ideas that I have been thinking of.
Ooh.
So, it's been in the back of my mind.
Speaking of back of my mind, I've been thinking about ending this podcast now. Because we have nothing else to say on the matter.
Oh, I do have one thing else to say.
Oh, yeah.
It is a very important thing, and I want to get it out of the way now. Dogs are better than cats. All right. That's pretty much this. No.
It's a talk show. We have to talk about our opinions. Give me a second. cats are somewhat better than dogs.
You were
but
wrong.
if
You were objectively wrong.
Listen to me. Listen to me. I didn't say cats are better. I just said cats. For me personally, I think they're both they're fun.
You've never had a dog.
Yet I had dog.
You had
I
dog.
took care of dogs.
No.
I took care of 3 dogs in my life.
I've
Alright.
taken care of 4 dogs, and I've had to deal with like 5 or 6 cats.
I took care of 7.5 dogs in my life.
And a half?
Yeah. That was actually a hot dog, but I named him Sprinkles.
Could Thomas's dog Jake be counted as half because it's missing a leg?
No, that's like
Nap dog!
25%.
Whoa. You gotta, in editing, you gotta show a photo of Nap dog right now. Nap dog.
There we go.
Nap dog!
Nap
Love
dog.
him. Love him. Let's go.
Oh yeah. Show a picture of dogs versus cats.
Yeah.
and if there's a movie sequel, add that too. Well, that's the end of our podcast.
Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed.
Bishop and the snails.
I don't know if we'll be back at the end of December. If something interesting happens, I suppose. If something like groundbreaking. If not, we will be back. We won't be back.
We'll
Who
definitely
knows?
have a New Year's special.
Yeah.
Or something.
Definitely. And this big idiot over here won't say, "Oh, I know the next year is going to be so good like he did last year." Because the first thing you said about 2020 is, I think 2020 is going to be a fantastic year for everyone. You lied.
I did say that, didn't I?
You lied.
It was just wishful
You
thinking.
lie.
And now we got.
You lie.
What the hell are you doing? What was that?
I have-
Can't do that.
Anyways, that's the end of this podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys next time. Any closing words?
Zombie minks, make sure they're not in your closet.
Check your pants. Bye.